Hello viewers, welcome to Keats Auto and Truck Repair. Today we have a 2017 Chevy Suburban with a 5.3 liter engine. The customer complaint on this vehicle is the vehicle drives well. This is actually my brother's vehicle, my brother Darius. Darius, thank you for bringing business to us. So the vehicle doesn't really need much, but it came here for regular maintenance. So we're going to do an oil change. We're also going to check all the filters. We're gonna give it a once over while we have it here. So this is a Suburban. It's a long truck. We cannot put it on our lift, so we're gonna have to do the service on jack stands. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get under the truck. We're gonna drain the oil out of the engine, and then we're gonna go from there. Now, the vehicle just got in the shop, so the engine is fairly warm. You have to drain the oil out of the engine when the engine is warm. That way you can get all the oil out. So since it's warm right now, that's when we have to do it. Actually, before we go under the truck, I'm gonna show you the fluid that we're gonna put in the engine and then the filters. So we're gonna check the air filter, and we're also gonna check the cabin air filter. So let me show you the filters, and then we're gonna drain the oil out of the engine. Before we do that, I wanna give a shout out to our cameraman Matt. Thanks for being here. So now let's check out the filters. All right, so here's the filter we have. This is the cabin air filter. Here's the part number. So I told my brother that, you know, he recently purchased this truck and we haven't checked the filters yet. So hopefully, I think he bought it about 5 months ago. So hopefully the filters on the truck are still good. If the filters are still good, we may just clean them and not change them. But if they're dirty, then we can. So this is the cabin air filter. We may or may not change it. This is the air filter. Here's the part number for it. Okay, we got gold filters. So this is the best filter Napa carries because my brother uses this truck for work. So I wanted to make sure that we install quality parts in the truck so that they can last longer. And then we have a gold oil filter. This is the part number. And then we have, of course, one of the best oil brands out there, Mobil 1. So this takes 0W20. So we have Mobil 1 Advanced Economy Oil. So we're putting good stuff in the truck. So you gotta take care of your brother, you know. So now let's go under the truck so we can drain the oil out of the engine. Before we drain the oil out of the engine, I'm going to undo the oil fill cap right here. As you can see, it says 0W20 on it. So that's the oil weight that we have to put in. So we undid that. Then I'm gonna remove the dipstick also. All right, so now let's go under the vehicle. All right, so now we're gonna undo the drain plug. So this is the drain plug on the bottom of the oil pan. And the drain plug is a 15 millimeter bolt. So we're gonna undo it. Just like that. So I have a drain plug, I have a drain pan down here. So once I remove the drain plug completely, oil is gonna come out and that oil is gonna fall into our drain pan. All right, so we're gonna let the oil drain out of the engine. Once all the oil finishes draining out of the engine, then I will bring you guys back up so we can remove the oil filter. All right, so the oil is pretty much done draining out of the engine. So now we're gonna reinstall our drain plug and then we're gonna torque it down. So I have my torque wrench here set up to 18 foot-pound. So we're gonna torque this drain plug to 18 foot-pound. I hope you can hear the torque wrench click. All right, so that's torqued to 18 foot-pound, so we're good to go. All right, so we got this torqued. So now we're gonna remove the oil filter. I'm gonna get my oil filter wrench. We're gonna turn it counterclockwise. So you need a wrench to undo the filter, but you don't tighten it with a wrench when you put it back. When you install the new filter. So right there, we got oil leaking out of the filter. We're gonna let it drain. Nice. So I'm gonna remove the filter completely. I don't want to get oily. So here's our old filter. We're gonna let this area drain. I'm gonna go grab our new filter. All right, so we got our new filter down here. I'm gonna wipe down the filter seat, and then we're gonna install our new filter. Now, I know some people like to fill these filters with oil. I don't like to do that. I like to make the oil pump do its job. Okay, it doesn't really make sense to fill the new filter, because once you crank the engine for a few seconds, the pump pumps the oil throughout the engine, so this filter gets filled pretty fast. Okay, so now we're gonna install our new filter. You don't need a tool to tighten the filter, so you just have to get it as tight as you can by hand, and that's it. All right, so we got the filter tightened. Now, while I'm here, I'm gonna do a quick visual inspection under the truck. This truck has low miles. Everything underneath here is pretty dry. While we're here, I'm gonna check the struts. Just quick visual inspection. Brakes look good. Yeah, so we're good to go. This is a nice truck. So now let's go under the hood so we can fill the engine with new oil. All right, so now we're gonna put oil in the engine. So I'm gonna get my funnel right there. Now, when I looked at service info, our service info told us when you replace the oil filter, you put 8 quarts of motor oil in the engine. So this jug is 4.70, no, it's actually 5 quarts. So we're gonna put 1 full jug and then a little bit more from the other one. Okay, so we're gonna dump this in here. Look how clear the new oil is compared to the one that we took out. Perfect. Now we're gonna open this one. I'm gonna put half of this, and then we're gonna use our dipstick to check the level. All right, so that should be good. Now I'm gonna grab our dipstick. We're gonna wipe it down. Okay. So we're gonna get our funnel out of the way. We're gonna stick the dipstick into the dipstick tube. Then we're gonna pull it out. Let's see what we got. So right there. Okay, so our oil level is about up here. Now, when we start the engine, we're gonna have some oil go into the filter. Some of it will be absorbed by the filter, and then the level is gonna go down. So that's good. Now I'm gonna install the fill plug fill cap. Nice. So let's get this out of the way. So now we're gonna check the air filter. We're gonna undo the top part of the air filter box. So we have a flat screwdriver here. We're gonna undo this screw. Again, we're gonna check the filter to see if it's dirty. If it's not dirty, then we're not gonna change it. So we're gonna undo all these 4 screws that keep the upper air filter box on the lower air filter box assembly. Now, if I remember correctly, we don't have to disconnect the mass airflow sensor. We can just push this back. Now, I think we might have to. So, let me undo this clamp. Okay. And then we're gonna have to disconnect the mass airflow sensor. Now we can lift this guy. We're gonna lift the cover out of the way. Okay. We're gonna get the cover over here. So here's the filter. Let's check it out. Okay. So, yeah, filter is dirty. Look. You see that? Yeah, that's not good. So eventually this is gonna disintegrate and enter inside the intake manifold. So we don't want that. Yeah, oh, see, it's breaking. This is an old filter. It's disintegrating. Look. Yeah, bad. So we're gonna have to change this. Luckily I got a new filter. So we're gonna clean off the bottom end of the air filter box, and then we're gonna install our new air filter. Let me grab the new air filter, then I'll bring you guys back up. All right, so let's clean this. I got my glasses on, safety first. So, oops. I blew all the stuff to cameraman Matt. Sorry, buddy. Are you okay? I didn't even think of you. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna put my hand over here so that this dirt doesn't go into the intake manifold. So look how nice, how clean it is now. So good. That's how it's supposed to be. Now the coolant level is fine. We don't have to add coolant in the cooling system. So now we're gonna install our brand new filter. Check this out. Ooh, shiny. Look, see what I'm trying to pull this down? It's not breaking like the other one was. Yeah, very nice. So this is what we're gonna install. It's gonna go in like this. Okay, just like that, easy peasy. And then we're gonna install the cover, the top piece of the air filter box. Nice, very nice. So we're gonna install this inlet tube, then the mass airflow sensor, and then we're gonna start tightening these screws over here. All right, so we got the mass airflow sensor connector reconnected. All the screws for the air filter box, I tightened the top part. I'm gonna check the transmission fluid, although it's not here for transmission fluid change, but while we're here, we're gonna check the fluid also. Let's see. Right there, transmission fluid looks good. It doesn't smell burnt. Yeah, it's a clear fluid. Yeah, all right. So transmission fluid level is fine. Coolant level is fine. Okay, now, if you look at the level here, it looks a little bit low. This is normal because when the engine runs, this fluid is gonna expand, then the level is gonna rise. So that's good. We're gonna check brake fluid over here. Brake fluid level looks fine also. Okay, this is kind of tilted. The car is tilted because we're lifting the front. So level is fine, fluid looks good, so we're good to go. So now let's go in the car so we can check the cabin air filter. The serpentine belt looks good. You guys probably won't be able to see it clearly. Yeah, so look at that. Serpentine belt looks good. You know, this engine is in great shape. All right, so now let's go in the vehicle. Let's check our cabin air filter. Let me see if I can remember how to remove this cabin air filter. I didn't look it up yet. So we're gonna have to lower. I've done this multiple times. So we're gonna lower. We have to lower the glove box. Yeah. And then let me see. I think there's something here that needs to be disconnected. Oh, there's a little string over here. I mean, Matt won't be able to see this. So there's a little string on the side that needs to come down. Oops. Yeah. So once that string is out, this thing can drop down. Okay. Okay. So it's this little. I don't know if Matt can see this. It's this little string. Okay, so this is what prevents the whole glove box to not fall down. Okay, and this little attachment is attached on the side of the glove box. And now we're gonna remove this piece. This black piece over here has a couple of screws. So there's one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these look like they are torque screws. They are T15 torque screws. So we're gonna undo all these screws and then we're gonna remove this cover so we can get access to the cabin air filter. So let me go grab the tool, I'll be back. All right, so now, let me see. There's one over here, yeah. Okay, it looks like this is a T15. I got it right. So we're gonna undo this one. Here comes the second screw. And then there is another one up here. I'll go grab my other light. Because this is one filter. Okay, here comes this cover. Okay, we're gonna get this out of the way. Because this is a filter that most people tend to forget about. All right, so here's the cabin air filter cover. So we're gonna pry this. There's a little tab up here. I'm gonna pry it back. There's no room over here. Jeez. Whoa! First of all, look how much dirt we have over here. And then cameraman Matt is gonna. Matt, do you see how dirty that is? And this truck was sold by the Chevy dealer like 5 months ago. And all this dirt did not accumulate within the last 5 months. No. So this has never been replaced. And I always check these because I know most people tend to forget them. Whoa! Look. Very bad. Look how dirty this is. Bad, bad, bad. Okay. I'm glad I thought about replacing it. Luckily we have a new one. So now I'm gonna throw this in the trash. I'm gonna go get our new cabin air filter so we can install it. We might have to blow this off. There's a lot of dirt in there. I mean, I might just have to blow it off with shop air. Okay, so let me go grab the new one. All right, so we're gonna use our shop air to clean up. Oh, check this out. It's dirty back there. All right, so that's good enough. Nice. Shiny. Okay, so there's an arrow over here. Okay, you see the arrow is pointing down, so that's the air flow, the direction of the airflow. So air comes out from under the hood. The blower motor pretty much sucks air out of out of the outside. So it comes in, goes through the filter, and then goes through all the tubings under the dash. So this has to be installed this way. Okay, so this is the fun part. It's so tight back here. So yeah, right there, perfect. So I got it lined up. Now we're just gonna push it in all the way, just like that. Easy peasy. And then we're gonna install this cover. So this cover, there's a little hook, 2 hooks on the bottom. You make sure these hooks are hooked up over here. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be in the way, you know, so I can get this on. Yeah, I don't know why they make things so freaking tight. All right, there. Then we're gonna push it forward. Yeah, you heard it snap. That's it. All right, so we got our cabin air filter replaced. So now we're gonna install this cover. This cover is gonna go in like that. Okay, so yeah, most people tend to forget the cabin air filter. Like most cabin air filters that we change here at the shop, about 80% of them are always really dirty. Always. For the most part, they're very dirty. Alright, so we got there. Sorry, Matt, my hands are probably in the way. Perfect. Now we're gonna install this little cable. So let me see. This cable is going to go over here on the side, and then we have some little tabs over here. We're gonna push them down. That's it. Okay. We got the glove box reinstalled. So now we're gonna put everything back together. All the stuff that we took out of the glove box can go back in. Perfect. All right, this is not mine, so I guess this was here too. All right, we're good to go. So now let's go back in front of the truck so we can wrap up this video. All right, so before we wrap up this video, I'm gonna start the engine, and then we're gonna clear the oil change light. There is a message on the dash that says change oil. I think this one to turn the key on, you have to press and maintain the start button. So right there, and then we're gonna use these buttons over here on the steering wheel right there. Change engine oil soon. So that's the message that we're gonna clear. And washer fluid. Okay, the washer fluid is low also. We're gonna have to add some washer fluid. Okay, so we're gonna go to, I think you have to go to settings or info. I think that's where it is. Remaining oil life is 0%. So we're gonna press this. Yeah, right there. Remaining oil. So you just have to press and hold the check mark, and then it's gonna reset it to 100%. That's it. So that will take care of the message that was being displayed on the dash. Okay. So we're gonna reset the message. Oil life. Are you sure that you want to reset? Yes, we're gonna reset it because we did the oil change. So we're good to go. Let me start the engine again. All right. So we're good. That's it. It's just as simple as that. So now let's go under the hood. We're gonna put some washer fluid in the windshield washer fluid reservoir, and then we're gonna wrap up this video. So let's go under the hood. Perfect. Yeah, this thing was really empty. So now I'm gonna check the oil level. The level should be fine, but let's just double check before we wrap up our video. Check this out, right there. Perfect. All right, so our oil level is normal. Let me put the dipstick back, so we're good to go. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna leave this right over here. This is how you service a 2017 Chevy Suburban with a 5.3 liter engine. This was pretty straightforward. So we didn't do the transmission, we didn't do the rear differential, just the engine, pretty standard. So I hope you like the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumb down. But if you do, tell us why so we can make better videos in the future. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. Thank you everybody for watching. Cameraman Matt, thanks for being here. See you guys next time.